How do we write general solution of a trigonometric equation? Let us understand the strategy. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we will understand how do we write general solution of a trigonometric equation. Many students know how to write specific solution, but general solution, it might become difficult sometimes. Now the question is, how do we generalize the solution? We'll also work in degrees as well as in radians, and we'll provide you a systematic way of writing a general solution, and at the end provide you a very simple formula to do the same within no time. You'll find it very interesting and useful. Enjoy the journey of learning as we move along. So, the three examples which I'm going to take in this particular video are the last three of our set of nine. So, earlier we had actually solved six of them, and now we are going to summarize with the last three, where we have taken double angle cos 2x, right? Square of a thing, and half angle. So when it comes to double angle, half angle, or multiples of angles, it might become slightly tricky. However, you'll find my solution, a general solution, to be very effective and simple. That is what we do. We make math simple for you. So let's get to the topic of answering the question. We have the first question, which is purposely taken as in factored form cos 2x times cos x plus 1 equals to 0. So clearly, either cos 2x is equal to 0, so that is with the double angle, right? Or cos x plus 1 equals to 0. Now, if cos x plus 1 is 0, that means cos x is equal to minus 1. And here we have cos 2x equals to 0. So I like to finish off with cos x equals to minus 1 first and then get to the double angle. Okay. So let me draw the cosine function. So sine wave and cosine waves are kind of same thing. The only thing is that with cosine waves, we are starting at the maximum. So if I draw the axis here, it becomes cosine wave. Minus 1 is this tip, right? So at 0, you know it has got the maximum value, and at pi, it has the minimum value. The next minimum value will come after 2 pi, so it will be 3 pi, correct? And on the left side also, it is like minus pi and minus 3 pi. Do you see the similarity? So what we notice here is that it is odd multiples of pi, whether they are negative or positive. You get the idea. So we could write all this as odd multiple means 2n plus 1, right? So if I do 2n plus 1, then we get odd number, right? 2n is even number. So 2n plus 1 is odd number, and then we write pi here, correct? So that becomes 2n plus 1 pi as the odd multiples of pi, correct? Because 2 pi is going to give me a positive value. 3 pi is negative. So 2n plus y is all odd. And in all these equations, we are saying n belongs to set of integers. So integers is expressed as z most of the time. So that gives you one solution. So if n is negative, we get the negative values. So I hope this part is simple and easy to understand, right? Now, when is cos 0? Let's look into this. So the same way, I can say that these are my zeros, right? So these are my zeros. Let's call this as cos of theta. Instead of 2x, I'll just make it theta, right? We'll work with any angle x or px, whatever, later. Let's just say it is cos theta, right? For us, theta is 2x. Okay, great. Now, when is it 0? Let's look at this curve once again. We say pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. So I'm just writing these values, right? Pi by 2. And then what happens? So it is 0 again at 3 pi by 2, 4 5 pi by 2, all those, right? 3 pi by 2, correct? 5 pi by 2. If I am looking on the right hand side, but it is also 0 on the left hand side. So these values are plus and minus. Is that clear to you? Plus and minus. So what you see here is, let me rewrite on the right hand side now. So I'll again write, we are working on cos 2x equals to 0. And we wrote theta for now, but theta is 2x. So 2x is equal to, what do we see here? Odd multiples of pi by 2, right? So let's write it. Odd multiples, right? Of pi by 2. Is that clear? So odd multiple means 2n plus 1 of pi by 2. Is that clear to you? 2n plus 1 odd multiples of pi by 2. But this is 2x because it was double angle. What is x? So the general solution for x will be, I am going to divide it by 2. So it is odd multiples of pi by 4. That is it. You see how we have given you this solution, right? So that is the way to write down the general solution. So I hope you understand and appreciate it, right? So, secondly, if you really want to learn directly from me, feel free to send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. Our students are right there on the top. Since they have very clear, confident, they're very clear concepts and they're very confident students. Great. So let me summarize the solution here. So the solution clearly is that x is 2n plus 1 pi, or it could be 2n plus 1 pi by 4, right? Where n belongs to the set of integers. Is that clear to you? So we done the first question and we have totally understood what happens when cosine function is 0 or minus 1. Similarly, you could do plus 1 or any other value. You have also understood if it was instead of 2x, let us say 5x, I would have divided this by 5 and I would have got pi by 10. You see how simple it is, right? Great. So let's move on to the next question, right? So next question is sine square x. So we'll write the question which is 2 sine square x equals to 1. Clearly, sine square x equals to half, and whenever you square root, you have to write plus and minus, correct? Plus and minus square root of 1 by 2. So many times we write this as plus and minus. This is rationalized sometimes and written as square root 2 over 2. Well, one and the same thing. You may write this as 1 over square root 2. Anyway, plus and minus. So now we have sine value. When is it? Plus and minus half, right? So let's visualize it first. So I'm just again making a sine wave, right? So this is called sinusoidal function, as you know. Sine means you have to start from 0 and the wave is rising, correct? So this is sine wave now. Same wave could be treated as both. Perfect. We're looking at 1 over square root 2. Okay, great. It could be either positive or negative. That means this line. And you can see there are multiple solutions. One, we are visualizing. Second, we'll go for the coordinate plane. And third, whenever we have 1 over square root 2, that means we are working with a special triangle, 45 degrees, or it is pi by 4, right? So I forgot to write answer in degrees for the last example, correct? Okay, we'll get back to that also. Great. So uh, we're now talking about 45 degrees. Let me just draw this diagram. So the triangle 45 degrees, correct? 45 degrees, or if you're working in radians, pi by 4. Great. I can put both the things here. And the solution set are these diagonals, correct? 45 degrees. Plus and minus, right? All 45 degrees. So you see, whether it is from 0 or pi plus and minus or 2 pi plus and minus, we get the solution, right? So these are these solutions, correct? All four of them, correct? So now I could write this as from the horizontal line, we can go up 45 degrees or we can go down 45 degrees. You get the idea. So we can write the solution as x equals to n pi. There's no need to write 2n pi, correct? Because n pi is enough. All values from odd or even both, right? So it is n pi. We can write plus and minus 45 degrees, but in radians, it'll be pi by 4. If you're working in degrees, it'll be 180 n, right? 180 degrees n, right? Plus or minus 45 degrees. Now, 180 degrees n works because if n is 0, it is plus or minus 45. If n is 1, then 180 plus and minus 45, you're looking at this side, right? But if it is 2, then you're again back to the right hand side. So either way, plus and minus on this gives you the solution. Is that clear to you? It's very simple, right? So in the last example, I did not write the values in degrees, but you could do it, right? You understand? Pi by 2 will be 90 degrees and pi by 4 will be 45 degrees. That is it, right? Okay, I'll write it on the side. As you know, when I write pi by 2, it really means 90 degrees. And when I write pi by 4, it really means 45 degrees. Correct? Okay, great. So let's get back to our question. So you have understood the second example also. Very simple, right? Now, the last example before us is with half angle. So we have 2 cos x by 2 equals to square root 2. So let's rewrite. So we got 2 cos x by 2 equals to square root 2. Means cos x by 2 will be square root 2 by 2. Right? Now cosine is positive in which quadrants? So if you look at the cast rule, you will see that cosine is sorry, positive in quadrant 1 and 4, correct? Those are the two quadrants in which it is positive. And we're looking at a special triangle square root 2 over 2, right? Which one is this? Well, as you know, it is pi by 4 or 45 degrees, correct? So you will notice that I did not use unit circle, right? Not really required. And schools, most of the time, they're only telling you to refer to unit circle. Unit circle is made from these special triangles only. So understand the basic concept, which will help you to, you know, understand better and do questions at higher level also. You can use unit circle. I'm not saying that you should not use, but it is better not to. So that is angle pi by 4 or 45 degrees if you want to write in degrees, right? So radians and degrees. Clearly, it could be these two angles, correct? So we can now clearly write down that the solution here is that to every plus or minus 45 degrees from 2 and pi, right? So one of the solutions we can write is this angle, which is x by 2 for us, right? So see, I'm not really afraid of x by 2 or something. I'm straight away writing these solutions. So one way is you can write x by 2 is equal to, you can write both sides, correct? So which is 2n pi plus or minus pi by 4. Correct? Simple as that. Now x will be what? Multiply by 2. So it will be 4n pi plus or minus. You'll multiply this also, right? So when you multiply this, you get pi by 2. So if it is pi by 2, you see it stretches. So you see how easy it is to write a general solution. Now, if you're working in degrees, you could write this answer as what? Well, we'll write here x by 2 equals to 360 degrees plus or minus 45 degrees. And then when you multiply, you get x equals to 720 degrees plus or minus 90 degrees. You have to multiply them both, right? So then you get your solution in degrees. So I hope this step is absolutely clear, right? So that is how you provide general solutions. Now with that, we have completed solution of all the 9 questions. If you go through this playlist, and there are many more, your concepts of writing general solutions for any trigonometric equation will be absolutely clear. I hope it makes sense. Feel free to write your comment, share your views, and if you want to contribute, it'll be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.